wait for you to actually pause and live, but still be on live and still answer a phone call. Did not know that. So I inadvertently ended the last live abruptly. I probably should have just, I guess, the way to pause it and then be able to get back in the live. So my apologies on that. But to answer Mo's question, when it comes to my last interview, because she asked me that on my last live I did like a minute ago. The interview went well, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to get that job. They actually went with another candidate. So it is what it is. I've been going through this for a while now. As far as like, being on interviews and then, um, either the company either ghosts me. Because I really can't fault the recruiters because recruiters are trying to make money just like anybody else, right? So I don't really expect recruiters to come back and actually give me feedback if I don't qualify for the job. They have automated systems and put in place to let folks know if they haven't been selected or not. But I would say there have been some recruiters that actually gave me a call back that's talked to me and said, if anything else comes up, they have me on their not speed dial, but I guess their Rolodex. I know some folks that are younger that don't know what a Rolodex is, but they said they'll reach back out. They have my resume on file, so I really appreciate the recruiters that have done that. Shout out to y'all. Um, those recruiters are the ones that really understand the job market right now. They really understand, how things are going with folks, and they understand that folks are really um, you know, how could I say, not hurting for a job, but like they're I don't know, for lack of better words, maybe anxious to get a job now because some folks are been laid off from high paying jobs. And that's one of the real big issues with these layoffs because I'm not saying that smaller companies are not having layoffs. I'm not saying that jobs that pay less than 50 grand a year not having layoffs, but most of the videos I've seen and most of the news reels that I've seen about layoffs is, these folks are making six figures, right? And when you get laid off from a six-figure job, man, it's rough. It is. It's rough because you catered your life to a certain lifestyle, and hopefully, if you save money and you're able to invest money, you're able to to float for a good little while if you're making that much money. But you have some folks, a lot of folks actually, that have catered their lives to making six figures. So when you lose that income, it can be rough, especially if you haven't saved, if you haven't invested, if you don't have anybody to be able to help you out to get another job. So it can be rough, right? So I've been blessed to be able to have income come in um, since I've been furloughed from my job, and I'm still able to travel. I'm in DC right now. I've been able to still try to make connections, still been able to pay my mortgage, my bills. Um, so I'm blessed with doing that. Now there are some bills that are, late right now. I'm not gonna lie about that, but yeah, because I've been working, you know. When you have income coming in, what I'm saying, like it takes a while for you to catch up on things. So still been out there, still been putting applications in, things of that nature. I will say that I will be making a video about betting on yourself instead of betting on a job. And what I would say as far as that concerned is there are a lot of folks out there that have been laid off to make six figures that have a talent that they can monetize. I do believe I do have some skills that I can monetize. I'm on YouTube right now, so I'm making money, right? So, but there are some folks out there that have skills that have been laid off from these jobs that have a way to make big money. They just have to have the knowledge and the wisdom and the information to be able to do that. So that's one of the things I'm definitely pushing towards. Not saying that I'm not going to still pursue a 9 to 5 job, but at the end of the day, in this day and age in the job market, you definitely have to be able to have a skill set that can make you money outside of a 9 to 5. Hey, Patine, how you doing? How things going? BD Long. How you doing? What's going on? What's up, Izzy 223? Can I give you money? I don't necessarily take handouts. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the offer. But to take money from a stranger, I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? Because um, it's very few things in life that are free, and I'm one of the people that if I'm going to receive money from somebody, I want to be able to provide value back to that person, right? I don't believe in taking money from somebody and I don't provide something for them, something that's going to help them. It don't have to be money, but it could be something that's going to help them later on in life or even right now in the present day. Because as a man, you got to be able to provide value to people. That's one of the things of manhood, and men don't know that. You have to be able to provide something, right? Like I said, it doesn't have to be monetary, but you got to be able to provide something to the world because as men, we are providers, whether it be we provide for ourselves, we provide for other people, we provide for our families. We got to be able to provide something, right? So if I'm going to receive money from somebody, I definitely have to be able to provide something back. What's up, Armani? How you doing? Is it Armoni or Armani? I guess it's Armoni. What's good with you? So actually, maybe I'll just go ahead and just do this live and actually talk about my actual journey through the job market currently, and then maybe I answer some questions because so I want to get up on here on live. I'll just sit up here and talk, but sometimes folks are not up here engaging, which is fine. I know a lot of folks will engage after I upload the live, but I know my subscribers definitely like to hear and have information as far as how things are going. So I'll definitely provide that right now. Okay, pray for you. Yeah, thanks for saying that. I appreciate that. Appreciate the prayers. What's up, Samir? Salute to you too, brother. Out to paradise. We're going on paradise. We're good. So yeah, so my job journey. So I got furloughed. If anybody doesn't know what furlough is, furlough means that you're laid off, I guess for I guess the technical term, right? You're laid off, but you're still employed by that company who's not getting paid. So um so technically I have not been fired from my job. I'm just furloughed. I'm still on their payroll. Even though I'm not getting paid anything right now, but I'm still on the books. Um my 403B, which is like a 401k, but because I work for a nonprofit, it's called a 403B instead of a 401k. Still have that with the company. So if things get better and they're able to get their funding back by the government, then more likely they'll bring it back on. But the way things are going right now, the way Doge actually eliminated a lot of these positions, it's not looking too good for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hopefully things get better. Not just for myself, but for everybody else, because you got to understand that job that I was at. I think we had to include remote workers that was in other states and other countries. I think there was maybe a little bit over 500 people that was employed by that company. Might have been more actually. Um, so it's not just me. It's literally the whole company was furloughed or laid off or terminated because some of those folks that was at that job were contractors, and unfortunately, when it comes to contractors, a lot of times they're the first ones to go because they're 1099 workers. So like basically once a contract is not funded anymore, the money's gone, and there's no way for the company to hold on to those folks. So normally those are the folks that are let go first because I'm a salaried employer, I'm still technically on their books. What's up, Mo? Thanks for being back. How's the job hunt going? I feel you the job that they crazy. Yes, yes, I mean, man, it's crazy. It's crazy right now. It really is. And me being in DC right now, like these are the most of the videos I've been seeing. A lot of these folks that got laid off are actually here in DC. These federal workers where they got laid off or furloughed or fired. Whatever the case may be. So it's crazy right now. But like I said, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of folks that were laid off, they had, high paying jobs. And of course, when you have a high paying job, if the job market is bad, it's hard to get back into that groove of things and get a high paying, get another high paying job, right? So Regina, how you doing? I'm chilling. I'm in DC right now. Well, I'm not chilling. I'm hot right now. It's hot out here. But I've been coming to DC a lot lately. Like I said, still making moves, still making connections, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't sit around the house and not do anything. Right. I've been putting applications and still making phone calls and things of that nature. Been going to job fairs still. But it's one thing to do that at home, but it's another thing to have to be out there and actually talk to people, shake people's hands, and see people. That's what I've been doing. But yeah, getting back to my job hunt. So, like I said, I got furloughed back in mid-March of this year. As of this, I don't even know how many applications I put in from this point, man. It's been hundreds, right? I can't say the actual the number because I don't really know, but it's been hundreds. It's for real, like seriously. And I've been able to do that by like submitting applications through LinkedIn. They have to easily apply for some of those jobs. So my resume is already uploaded on LinkedIn. So basically, I click on that job and I go through like three clicks, and the job application is submitted. Other jobs that I've had to like spend an hour because their platform they use for the applications is very convoluted. You have to not only submit your resume, but actually go through the process of actually like typing in things because the resume may not upload properly. So it can be time consuming, right? But I don't have a job right now, so I have all the time in the world outside of doing chores at the house. But I say as of right now, I probably have had mm, out of those over 100 applications, like I said, more than that, hundreds right now. I've had on average, I think maybe I say between 20 to 30 interviews, right? Whether it be in person or online, as far as like a Zoom call or something like that. And hasn't been anything that's clicked since that time. I think that at the most I've gone through a job where I actually had three interviews, and then the recruiter called me back and said that they went with somebody else. Been other jobs where I've actually went in and actually physically went to a job interview, which I have not done that since I've been retired. So that was interesting, but I'm pretty sure I did very well with those interviews. It's just they didn't hire me, right? For whatever reason. It could have been I asked for too much, which I've actually lowballed myself a lot. But I couldn't have lowballed myself that much because I still want to make very close to what I was making before. Um, and like I said, been doing YouTube, been doing side gigs and things of that nature. Actually, right now I have a 1099 job right now, where I'm making a little bit of money. Um, so it's not a 9 to 5 job. So that's why I say I'm still unemployed. But it's money to get by as far as like, like paying a little bit of bills here and there. Being able to enjoy some things. I've cut off a lot of things. I will say that. But for the most part, I've been able to sustain. That's a blessing. Like it's not two jobs back to back this year. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy. Sorry about you hearing losing those two jobs, man. Yeah, it's crazy out here, it really is. But we just gotta keep pushing, man. Gotta keep pushing. Things get better eventually, they will. But unfortunately, we have a lot of folks out here that literally that job was the only income they had, and unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of folks who's going to lose a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Would it be hopefully don't lose their house? There've been some programs out there that actually will help folks with mortgage and with rental assistance. So there are programs out there. So you know, um, definitely Google programs in your state. Make sure that you're using all the resources you can. Closed mouth don't get fed, man. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta use the resources. You gotta use the resources for real. Like, and it's not a handout. It's something that's provided from the state. It's able to help folks out. So even though it may not pay all your bills, at least at the very least, it hopefully it'll be able to help you sustain. But yeah, outside of that, just like I said, been making connections, been making phone calls, and just been the monotony of over and over again, still going for jobs. I've actually decided to actually deal with my physical health a lot more. My wife had told me that I definitely uh, been lacking or taking care of myself as far as like some health problems that I have. And I've had some health problems for a while now. I'm 100% disabled from the VA, so I definitely been getting some money from them. But my health insurance is free. I don't have to pay for anything. I mean, I can even get free dental. So sorry about that, y'all. I had a phone call that came in. Had a phone call that came in. But yeah, I've been lacking on my physical health, so I definitely need to get back on track with that. My mental health, I've definitely been having a behavioral health counselor since I've been retired. My PTSD, so that's been pretty stable. Haven't been having too many issues with my mental health. PTSD may be something I deal with for the rest of my life. What I'm saying? It is what it is. So I definitely been tracking with that, making sure that that stays intact, and I'm not having too many issues with that because if your mental health is messed up, there's no one gonna be able to search for a job, right? And I got too many responsibilities for me to have that lacking. So I've definitely been able to do that. Um, definitely been more in tune with God and staying in the church. Had a lot of folks that I know in church and reaching out to me, checking up on me. So I appreciate them. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Am I still muted, y'all? Give me a thumbs up if I'm not muted anymore. Okay, Mo. You can't even file for unworthy cause the company still got you on payroll. What do you mean by that? You mean like can I file for unemployment? But yeah, things will get better eventually. They will. You know what I'm saying? Just gotta push through. Gotta keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Can't relax. Uh, yeah. So I've actually gone through DC unemployment, and they definitely have reached out and have helped me out with some things. So I've definitely been able to do that. So it's been a help. It definitely has. I definitely appreciate DC for reaching out. And when I tell you, man, when I tell you that my company has done everything in their power to make sure that we've been taken care of, that's what we've been furloughed. Like, I cannot say enough about that the nonprofit I work for. Like they really been in the trenches for us. They really have. You know what I'm saying? So because other jobs would be like, hey, we don't got the money, so it is what it is. We'll call you back when things get better. But this company has really been reaching out. They really have. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate that. They really have. Yeah, yeah. I had to file through DC because I worked in DC. So I thought I had to file through Virginia, but I filed through DC. So like I said, DC unemployment benefits definitely been a help as far as like helping me out with getting jobs and things of that nature, whatever, getting leads. So still up and up. You know what I'm saying? I definitely had some help. Whew, boy, it is hot, hot, hot. Uh, hold on, y'all. I think this phone up right there. Hold on. Wipe my face right quick. Got to get this in the AC in a minute here. You know, somebody on one of my videos asked me, do I think that because I have lots, has it affected my job opportunities? I don't know. I will say that there are some physical demographics when it comes to certain jobs. So have my lots prevented me from getting certain jobs? I don't know. Um, maybe not. Not sure. Uh, but will I say that I'm going to cut my locks off for a job? I don't think so. And the reason being because remember y'all, I was in the army for like 20 years, right? So I wasn't able to, grow my hair out, right? As far as a beard, wasn't able to grow my hair out, right? And from a genetic standpoint, a lot of the men in my family never went bald. So if I am gonna go bald, I'd rather have the time to have hair right now before that happens if that happens. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna cut my locks off for a job, man. I think I should compromise myself that way because I do like my locks. I've been wanting locks for years, and I've been having the opportunity to be able to do that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna keep the locks. I really am. If I stay at YouTube long enough, you know what I'm saying, to where I get a lot of money, I will have to do that anyway, right? So if you look at the Reds, man, they got more heart than everything. Yeah, Mo. Yeah, actually, I saw a post where they're talking about um what they're doing. They're going to hold on, y'all. Had to stand up for a little bit. Um, they're talking about passing a regulation in the army where they're going to really crack down on beard profiles. And I had a beard profile the last year I was in because unfortunately, the jobs that I had in the army was for like being an instructor and doing certain things for special assignments in the army. Like I had to stay clean shaven, and then it definitely compromised my face. But I had craters in my face right now because of that, But yeah, they're talking about really cracking down on that, and basically they're talking about if your profile doesn't improve, your shaving profile, they're gonna put you out. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But some folks do abuse the system. I have seen some service members that had like a full on beard, like thicker than mine, and I'm like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like it shouldn't be that thick. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I guess the appearance thing in the army well, the military as a whole is really big thing, and I understand that. I really do. I've been having a lot on cut, man. Yeah, send me. I'm not cutting my lots, man. We good on that. We're definitely good on that. So man, I really feel like getting this water right here. But nah, I ain't getting the water. I don't know what kind of water that is. This is DC water, so DC water is not that great. I'll tell you that right now. But I'm down at the wharf. I went down to the wharf here in Southwest DC. Had a cup of coffee there today. Was on my laptop applying for more jobs. Right. So I'm actually about to head to this one agency to talk to them and see about some job opportunities with them. His brother's moved up profile. His profile. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I didn't get my profile to the last year I was in because, at the time I was like, you know what, I'm going to retire anyway. My retirement paper was already in. I'm like, what are they gonna do? They gonna put me out? But I didn't grow it thick. Like my shaving profile was not even half of what this is right now, right? I still stay presentable, but I grew it just enough to where I didn't have a lot of ingrown hairs. And when I tell you that the difference was felt, like my face never felt better in my life. Like I my string came back up. I had another phone call, right? So I'm getting phone calls, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So getting phone calls, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So about to get off here in the next about 2 to 3 minutes. I think some of these leads that I've been talking to, I think they give me phone calls. That's gonna definitely have to give them a call back. 202, wait, what's going on? How things going? And you know it's hot when you're sweating in the shade. Man, ah, I'm gonna wipe my face right quick again, and then I'll be out of here, y'all. Trying to stay under this tree here. Oh boy, my Shaq glasses on. These are actually made by Shaq. Oh, good and you. I'm good. 202 wink. I'm good. I'm good. Maintaining as always, right? Need to get up on YouTube a lot more than what I normally am, right? You know what I'm saying? Making sure that I give my subscribers what they want. Rest of the day. Hey, thanks, Mo. I appreciate it. You too. You too. But I'll be out here for a good little while. I probably won't be back up here until tomorrow. I'll make another video tomorrow, more likely, and keep putting these content out. But I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.